So, rather than hemming and hawing, let's
do this thing.
Yeah. Can we jump right into maybe some?
I have to reset my Roll20. It's given me some weirdo errors here.
Oh no.
Oh no.
We still got an
There we go.
hour left before you must leave Kelsa, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Just to know.
Because time zones are out of whack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Time zones are weird, y'all. Especially right now, where there's like the schism between American daylight savings time and the rest of the world daylight savings time.
Yeah, that's so weird. Like, why? I mean, daylight savings time in general is, I think, more inconvenient than it is convenient. But I'm not an expert.
I mean, there are valid reasons for why it exists, but it's questionable as to whether or not in a modern society that those reasons are still necessary.
Yeah,
but at the same time, there are still plenty of countries in the world where it makes sense, and yet it's complicated. It's what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, my take on it is that it helps. It used to help some with like farming, to give an extra hour, but now it just kills people because they are trying to drive with missing an extra hour of sleep, and there's more collisions.
Yeah, but
mostly in the spring.
Kelsa is right. There's countries where farming is still a big thing,
and it's all complicated and time is weird and whatever. But
time is weird.
It makes sense, but also doesn't.
So I guess for this score, the occult entities we're talking to is a bunch of them, maybe.
Just about anybody.
Yeah.
Anyone? Dealer?
Like multiple like demonic entities, including what was the unpronounceable name again?
Oh, probably not. The Demon Prince. How did I? It's Asgravel.
Okay.
Can you spell that?
Oh no. Okay, it's AZ. Or I'll just
type it.
Type it here. Yeah.
Isn't it Asgravel?
Yes.
Yeah. So
that is a lot of consonants right
you
there.
said probably not Asgravel.
I'm sorry?
So probably not him?
Yeah, because he's like the ruler of Aruvia, so people other than him.
Okay. So
maybe some more local demons.
Yeah, so a bunch of demons then is our entity, I guess.
Yeah.
That we need to supply for the occult score.
Like Archosius and
it's a happy tea ceremony of demons sitting around.
Yeah. Birthday party.
Then there will be humans provided, of course, that are dispensable as snacks.
Yeah, some hors d'oeuvres.
Important to have hors d'oeuvres for the party.
For Diania.
Yeah. Yeah, sacrifices are pretty.
So how do you gain these sacrifices? Like, where do you find them?
Define gain.
I mean, they're probably bums that we pick up off the street. It might piss off the weeping lady a bit, but
when did we care about the weeping lady? When we started.
I didn't.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
okay. Actually, doing the sacrifices in Tangletown could burn bridges.
Very, very, very true.
Well, not if we arranged beforehand that the
It's just a magic trick,
not the
guys.
Death Seeker Crows, the Spirit Wardens, those guys, that they did show up. I mean, we can do a flashback to when we bribed them.
I mean,
Do
bribe
you
is
have money to bribe them?
Threaten them?
Oh yeah, that'll work.
I mean,
That'd be great.
those guys are not
Drugged
really
them?
corrupt, are they?
I mean, they had done something to them. We could offer them a demonic favor.
I don't think the spirit wards would be into that.
No, damn.
No. Not for
Maybe we can just like liquefy
we
some
go-
people who are
Having
and not
drinks
do
from a
that
straw?
on the premises, but then offer sips of liquefied people to the to demons as incitement.
Did you collect the liquefied people from the dockers and like have vats of liquefied people?
Oh yeah, for sure. We have like large tanks of it.
All right then.
Mhm. Yeah, here's a person with a bit of lemon. Some salt around it.
Oh, the screaming.
Ah.
I'm sure that would add to the flavor.
Right?
Time for some Halloween flavored or Halloween named drinks.
I'm sure Pendleton is more than happy to serve everybody else and a bit to himself as well.
Serve everybody else indeed.
To serve man.
How to serve man.
Well, delightful.
Indeed.
So,
We are nice
do we want to make? Does anyone want to do like a? And maybe this isn't my place to ask, but does anyone want to make a roll for something that would be something along these lines? So as
Yeah, I
to,
think-
like-
You mean what? You mean like an engagement role?
Yeah, this
Oh, yeah,
sounds like
yeah.
an engagement role. Yeah, that thing that's in the rules.
Yeah, let's jump into the score.
Okay. So, this is an occult plan against Tangletown, which is basically the people of Crowsfoot.
Oh dear. This might be hard.
Right.
Crowsfoot.
I mean, they're not
So
expecting
they're
this to happen.
basically a level 2 faction, the Citizens of Crowsfoot, and you are a tier 2 crew.
I have
What? We're not above. We're not getting in above our heads. That's
No,
just bizarre.
for once.
Not yet.
I mean, you're also dealing with a bunch of demons and whatever, so that might be above your pay grade. But as far as what you're trying to do is against the citizenry of Crowsfoot. Like, that's the person, the group that you're attacking here. Because what you're setting up with the demons is for both of your mutual benefit. So they're not really your target.
Yeah, I guess the Crowsfoot people might not like it, but
You don't say.
Now, you already have a way in, and so normally, like your average standard preparations against an equal tier would be 2 dice, but you guys have a way into this place and are looking to do something that no one in their right mind would do. So there's not a lot of preparation specifically guarding against this. So I'm going to give you 4 dice here,
I
which
mean, cool.
is pretty good.
Let's be honest. and let's get this misunderstanding out of the way. All the other people are not in their right minds.
Yeah.
I
obviously.
mean,
Yeah, right mind is a matter of perspective.
right? Yeah.
From our point of view,
I mean-
the Jedi are evil.
That
I
did not
have
work.
a quick.
Oh,
I have a quick question.
That did work. Okay.
Kelsa, do
Yes.
I go into prison and go out of prison with the same amount of stress?
No, you have no stress when you come back from prison.
Oh, and I had a buckshot to the gut. I might want to remove that as well, because I imagine that goes as well, or does that stay?
Yes, you have no more
No more
whatevers.
dying.
Yeah, basically.
Okay. So we are. It goes exactly as you planned. So tell us, Farouk, how does this plan look right up until the moment when you engage with demons? Like, what does it look like as you set up shop in this abandoned barge?
Well, I imagine that it's a lot like the circus coming to town, and that we come in with a bunch of colorful cloth and a lot of big words about how this is going to be a great thing for everybody, and come and see, uh, and promises that are just sky high about the favors you can ask for, and the price is nothing
Minimal.
to concern yourself about. We can talk about that later.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Pretty much that. But if anybody wants to add their own angle to that, please.
It works for me.
Yeah.
I'll just make sure that
supporting.
nobody bothers us while we're busy summoning important demons.
Yeah, I think Kildare is mostly in the back, is setting things up, not so much talking to people in that sense.
Okay. So as you are setting this up, and it's like a circus, I picture there's a huge tent that has like occult symbols on the side that read "Praise Dania." There's a circle etch as you etch a circle into the floor of the barge. Is that the right term? Right? I don't know.
I think so.
Deck.
That's the right word. Thank you. As you look as it's etched into the deck of the barge, and a steady stream of witless humans come in, and and then you are going to be calling in some demons to make these trades. Is that what we're looking at here?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
I imagine we would have invited in other interested human parties as well.
Would you like to become pregnant?
I remember that Farouk was talking to the Hive, so maybe there's a Hive representative there.
Yeah. Maybe Lady Helen's here. Person set us up with our last gig.
And or maybe any other parties that he talked to. I can't remember who exactly he promised demon babies, but
Everybody gets it.
Yeah.
You
So
Everybody gets it.
yeah, as well as the engagement with the Hive, there's that party where
right.
anybody who's everybody who's anybody was made welcome.
And you told like are we gonna do like a quick flashback to like you having set up this date to everybody come here for this like you'll know when to party at Tangletown or whatever.
Yeah, and I think as well as the everybody that you would expect, like what nobles are willing to
Lord Skurlock.
yeah
Yeah.
to engage in this Skurlock because he was invited before, and yeah, he's an enemy, but he's sort of a frenemy, maybe. I don't know.
Definitely be there.
Yeah, we're certainly not going to say no, you can't come.
Thinking of people and things
Uh,
that may or may not be there, Lan, you are really good buddies with this entity called Ixis, who hasn't been able to go on joyrides in your body since you've been in jail. Are you going to take Ixis with you?
Definitely, I'll take Ixis with me, and whatever mischief he does, or abusing of the situation and the rift here he does. I mean, that might just happen. I mean,
Gotcha. Don't worry about it.
He's coming along. I can use the backup here.
Okay. So yeah, let's.
The other party that might not be expected is that Brooke is totally inviting his bookie friends to take bets about the outcome of deals.
Nice.
Yeah, I think William also has an invitation to send out. But as we're heading over to Tangletown, he stops by his cousin's office to see.
Oh, that cousin!
Yeah.
The one with the demon inside him.
Yes, indeed. So send a cordial invite to him and whatever remains of the secretary. Yeah, bring the family along.
He'll be there.
Yeah. See.
Will Daddy Kildare come as well?
Ooh, no. He is away in South Point doing business with rich people.
My bad.
Yeah, we don't want him here. That'd be so awkward. Oh my god. Yeah, that's all for me. Any other visitors?
I think that's pretty good. So yeah, what do you do? You have this whole the people are starting to file in, and I picture that there's like folding chairs set out in like a so that it looks like you're a worship place as you would, but then there's like a stage area or something, and you feel free to correct me with any details here since this is your baby. But I'm picturing it looking.
Not yet.
Oh, please, yes.
Everybody's baby.
Baby. I'm picturing you all setting this all up to file in like a wedding or something like that, with there's rows of chairs and an aisle down the middle. Although it might be more like a theater in the round where there's chairs set up all the way around, like a circle in the middle.
I mean, if it's a circus tent, then I imagine it'd be round. With maybe like 3 alleyways in between.
Okay. Yeah, and
either a stage or
from different directions. Having been invited here to the neutral territory of Tangletown, a number of the Tangletown citizens curious as to what's going on, a number of hobos that you have rounded up with promises of money for nothing.
I think we decided not to go for the hobos, but for the liquefying instead, or the
my bad. Yes,
liquefied reserves or preserves.
There's mysterious, just barrels of something that make people uneasy to be near them and they don't know why. Yes, Fenris, exactly. You throw an enemy, or you throw a party and all of your enemies are in one place. What do you do?
We blow up our own ship.
I mean, that would be fitting.
Well, let's just go for the demon invasion thing instead.
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah, one thing I think we should
blowing
clarify
up is so mundane.
is Rory gonna be there? Robo King.
Do you want him to be there?
I think he'd be
well,
in a pretty good position.
Yeah, I guess the circle of flame wasn't like specifically invited, but word could easily get out. So there could be downsides to having him there, but I don't see disinviting him. You know.
Yeah, I think we kind of have to bring him along.
He's painted black, right?
Yeah, we got feathers on him and everything.
Yeah. Completely different hull.
Yeah, definitely. Disregard the serial number on the back.
Well, we filed that off, of course.
Of course. Yeah, I think we have. Yeah, I think the board is set. Pieces are moving. Time to go.
All right, so yeah, like I think we have like just a small scene of everybody filing in, and then we cut to the big reveal for Rook. What does this look like?
So I think once everybody's like settled in,
Put on a show for me.
Dance, monkey, dance.
There's again these big sweeping motions, and at one point his eyes will roll back up into his head as he stands before the rift, and he's all come forth, O scions of Dionia, come forth and make common cause, establish your bonds with those here, so that all may come to greater glory. And then he'll try to invite them in through, at least in visible appearance, if not like physical form.
Mm-hmm. All right, that is definitely a tune.
All right.
I'm gonna say this is risky, even though you are in a really good position. Everything is set up exactly right. You are definitely messing. I mean, demons are serious business, yo.
Yeah.
You're doing what you want and what they want align currently, so you're gonna have great effect. But if you mess up here, there may be some consequences that are probably not what you're expecting.
Okay.
So,
I'm going to be helping.
Okay,
with
fair enough. You can help instead then.
Yeah, welcome the demons as they're coming in. Greet them with a friendly handshake. And state the terms of the deal.
And let me see. I guess I would like to make this in some ways a like a communion with them and like lower my barriers a bit. The idea being that I'm doing both Rook's Gambit and Devil's Bargain towards Possession Clock.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Okay. Oh, well, I already have a clock of ghostly hooks towards possession. Would that just be a
You
tick
sure
on that?
do. You can add a tick right there.
Alrighty. Whee!
How
That
many?
one's getting pretty high.
How many ticks can you still take?
2.
Two open spots, like when you get two, it's full, or two
Uh,
without it getting full.
2 and it's full.
2. Okay, so
So one
so there's 2 more spots open.
Okay. So one more-
That second one being full.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
So it's risky. It's risky standard or risky great.
It's risky great.
Okay. But it is a lot of dice.
No pressure.
Yeah.
There's never any pressure here.
Do whatever you like.
Okay.
That could have gone better. 112255.
Yeah.
Good enough. Good enough.
Well, it's poor man's crit.
It's three pairs at once. That's actually pretty impressive.
Yeah. That's...
I mean, that should be worth something, right?
That is, I mean,
It's a
So-
very
It's worth a complication.
Yeah.
complication.
you do
happens
indeed
that we're
get a
also playing
complication.
Yahtzee
You
at the
do it.
moment.
You succeed. Your goal here was to bring them to manifest, and you gain a complication. Now, the complication is going to be not directly affecting Farouk, but affecting the cult as a whole. It kind of directly affects Farouk because his dear frenemy, Skurlock,
Oh dear.
takes a seat next to Lon and says, I did not expect you to be here, my dear. And Lon can feel Ixis excited by the sound of his
Oh dear.
voice.
You're welcome.
That's your complication.
Oof. I think Lan is just gonna pretend to be confused. Like, what? Do I know you? But obviously, he feels Ixis being excited, so he understands what's going on. But he'll keep up appearances.
He's going to pretend he doesn't.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Yeah. Do you?
Or he'll say, "Do I know you, old man?"
He doesn't even look like an old man.
Lan is 15.
I guess
everybody's
that's
old.
true. Like a 20-year-old man looks like an old man to him, so never mind. Because Lord Skurlock looks like he's maybe 20.
Okay.
No, you cannot eat my coffee. No, bad cat. I don't know why you want my coffee. No.
But coffee.
Well, does it have milk in it?
A little bit. Anyway. So so Skurlock sits next to Lon, and the demons come forth. Like there's a crack like the sound of lightning, and a demon manifests through into this reality. A large contained within the large circle, and it says, "My friends, I see you have brought me something." And it, without waiting for someone to help it, it just like reaches a too long arm bending the wrong way into the barrel of liquefied human And it turns out that there was like a mouth on the end of this tentacle arm, and it just starts, and like you can see like the bulge like a snake of something coming up its arm into its body.
Oh dear.
And it's weird and disturbing. And it through its other mouth it says, "Yes, this will do.
Now,
Make your proposal, mortal."
my dear visitor. Only the first one is free. For the rest, a deal must be made.
You propose to deal with me. And it suddenly is like right up against the edge of the circle and like standing over William Kildare. Its one arm is still like behind it, twisted like in what would assume to be an uncomfortable position, like deep in the barrel of liquefied human, and its other arm is like pressed up against the invisible barrier of this, and it leans over and looks down at William Kildare threateningly.
Now, we do not come here simply to give gifts freely.
And like the crowd is like getting really nervous. Like this is not, they weren't entirely sure what they signed up for, but they think this is maybe not it.
We have altered the deal. Pray we do not alter it any further. He just looks up at the demon thing. What he assumes is its face. And, we do not simply come here to give gifts, but to make friends, bind bonds, to secure what will come.
And it like when it laughs, its jaw unhinges, and yeah, it's
Creepy.
Just a normal day.
Now, these barrels are merely a gift. There will be much more to come if you would only accept a deal.
Then tell me.
You may swear your allegiance to the Lady Diana, and in return,
At that, when you say swear your allegiance to the Lady Diana, like you feel her hand on your waist, and she like leans out from behind you. It's like hello, hello, and like when that
looks like
happens,
you're trying to make a deal.
when that happens, like the demon's hand comes out of the barrel and it takes a step back from the wall, and is suddenly slightly less menacing than it was a second ago.
Cool. Diana is helping.
And in return, if you accept this deal, we will give you fresh flesh to feast upon. Not
Now it sounds like you're
this
trying to sway this demon here.
Distilled drink.
Is that accurate?
Seems right.
Can you move, cat? Thank you.
The cat wants screen time too.
Yeah, they're being very cute.
Why are you hugging the screen, Kelsa? The cat wants it.
I know. Did you see her? Like, I just looked at the screen where she's like sniffing my coffee, and I was like, no, baby, no. So you get one die of help from Diana based on your sacrifice previously.
Indeed. And let's see. I'm going to push myself.
Yeah.
As well. Brings up to 3. And let's see. Yeah, I think that's it. Position.
Position is still risky. You're not quite in a desperate situation just yet.
Can I make it desperate?
Not if you also wanted to push yourself.
Okay. Yeah.
If you'd like to not push yourself, there's an easy way to make it desperate.
Okay, I think I'll take the die rather than that. So risky standard.
Yeah.
And 2 extra dice. Boom!
Dang, nice.
Indeed.
Yeah, so you do it. And the demon kind of nods its head somewhat respectfully, and you realize that you're not 100% sure if it's nodding to you or to Diania. Probably Diania.
Yeah, at this point, it does not matter.
Yes, that's good enough.
Acceptance is acceptance. No.
And it says, yes, I think we can make a deal here.
Then I reach out my hand to one of the tentacles, where I assume a hand is there in response, or something like a hand.
Yeah, something like a hand will shake your hand. You have to put
seal
your
the
hand
deal.
across the line, but it will shake your hand.
Wonderful.
And thus be bound by a ghost contract.
Indeed. So I think we see like a mark appear on our hands. Mark of Diania.
Yes, and Diania
What happens if you
claps
try
her
to make
hands and
multiple
is like-
ghost contracts? Do you have like marks overlapping each other?
Yeah, it becomes like from like a hand tattoo, like a full on sleeve. That's the kind of way to go. Just goes up the arm.
Cool.
Yeah, so Diania claps her hands and is like, "Oh, brilliant! Yes, this is just brilliant." She
Anything for you, my lady.
yeah, so she's very pleased with this turn of events. So this demon is convinced to make this exchange of
services,
power for spirit possession into a thing.
Wonderful.
Zinged, what have you been doing this whole time?
I mean, I was probably hanging out and looking at the barrels and keeping them in shape. I'd be like talking a bit to, how are you doing today? Hello? Excellent. Just what I wanted to hear.
Be quiet, or I'll play my.
Bagpipes?
What filthy things are you doing in there? You're not supposed to be so close. No? People might open this barrel and watch you guys. Really? No. This can't. This has no taste. This bad taste, guys. Bad taste.
Yeah. So
I'm
Okay.
basically yeah.
what about you, Len? What do you do? Like during this whole thing, Skurlock has been sitting next to you.
I mean, I guess I'll just like not out loud, but in my mind I'll ask Excess like, what's going on? What do you want?
Ixis doesn't really answer the what's going on, but in response to what do you want, the overwhelming answer is that it wants to be in the driver's seat of your body right now.
What will you offer me instead in return?
The other option, like, you can feel your eyes being drawn to the rift, like in the center, and there's something there. Like you feel like it can feel the potential of that rift.
Okay,
So there's kind of like two different concurrent feelings of what it wants, because it just can't
it
really...
must be in a candy store here.
Yeah, I mean, there's something. I mean, it wants something else too, but it doesn't want you to do it for it.
Yeah. So, I think, Lan is going to make a good faith offer. I mean, Ix has been part of it, part of Lan for a while. I mean, if Ixis is happy, sure. So Lan will offer to give, to lend out his body. But you're not allowed to disrupt the ongoing ritual in any way, and I will, if I require your help in the future, then I want you to give it to me without question. Is that acceptable?
I think that you feel it's assent to those terms.
Okay. Then Lan's eyes turn the darkest black, and he sits up very straight, and you can see that he moves with a certain elegance that he didn't have before.
Yeah, and he turns to Lord Skurlock and says, with Ixis's voice, "I have been waiting a long time for this."
Uh-oh.
And I would like you to roll a skirmish as he jumps over and attacks Lord Skurlock.
Definitely. I mean, this is probably not what Lan wanted him to do, but
he's trying to do it in you if you want to.
I mean, Ixis is in control. Whatever Ixis would do.
Let me look at your character sheet here, because he's trying to do it subtly, that he's not going to disturb the goings on here. But I think
I mean,
actually,
Lan is a lot better at skirmishing than prowling. So...
Yeah. Because Skurlock sat down next to him. I think what happens, I think even though he is a lot better at skirmishing than prowling, Lan specifically said to not cause a scene and disturb the ritual. So he's going to be rolling with Growl anyway. Basically, like, turn to Skurlock and be like, "I've been waiting a long time for this." And, like...
Does
slip
Ixis
his
want
arm
to do...
around him like he was going to hug Lord Skurlock, but only have a dagger in that hand and be going for the ribs.
Does Lord Skurlock want to do a flashback where he acquired a special dagger? Or not Lord Skurlock, Ixis, I mean. Does Ixis want to do a flashback?
Yeah. I mean, we can definitely do that.
How much stress does this cost?
I don't actually think it costs you any stress, because this is something that maybe Lan wasn't planning on, but Ixis definitely was.
Okay.
So it's going to cost you 0 stress to have like a special dagger here that is going to be super effective. But you can roll +1 die here, because basically you're basically assisting yourself. So I would say take 1 stress to get 1 die in this situation, and you can still push yourself if you wanted to.
I definitely will push myself.
Awesome.
Let's help out Ixis achieve his evil goals. I mean, there can't be anything wrong with that.
Oh no, definitely not. Don't worry about it.
So prowl, my position.
Your position is desperate, but it will be to great effect because you did a flashback and got a super dagger.
Okay. And I got 2 extra dice.
Mm-hmm. What happens?
He succeeds. A 5.
Nice. All right. You succeed, but there is a consequence. Because this is desperate. You suffer harm, serious complication occurs. So, I
mean, there's plenty of reasons for a complication with a lot of important people being there.
I definitely agree that one of the complications is going to be extra heat in addition to the heat of killing someone here.
Yeah, but it might also cause like a riot right now. Like, they were invited to a party and now people are being killed. Not just people, like important people.
No, because this was specifically.
Oh, it was Prowl, right?
It was Prowl to specifically do it in a way that it was not super obvious. And I don't think that on a 5 that you failed enough that it's going to become super obvious, because Ixis wants to fulfill his promise to Lan, because Lan has been helping him this whole time. And he feels obligated to not cause a scene here. So I would say that a few people notice, but it's not what they think it is, because I think what happens here is Lan, possessed by the demon or the thing of Ixis, stands up, like his dagger in Skurlock's kidney, forcing Skurlock to stand with him as they walk out of the area. And he's not dead, but he is very badly hurt and is kind of under your control. And once you get outside, though, he's going to turn and just viciously bite Lan for level 3 harm to rip out his throat.
I'd like to resist getting my throat ripped out. That sounds like a good idea.
Madness.
Yes. I mean,
prowess?
If you insist. Yeah, that'd be prowess.
I've heard good things about being alive. Can recommend.
2 stress is not bad.
No, it's not.
Lan, Ixis, you're in a fight for your life with right here, with a vampire. You've got 2 ticks on a 6-tick clock to kill him. Do you want to skirmish, or do you want to try to keep this quiet?
I want to skirmish.
Yeah. You're outside. You're less likely to draw attention here, so you can just go at it.
Well, if I draw attention, it's not, the thing. Like, the main thing is I want its ritual not to be disturbed. So if other people in Tangletown see me, I don't care.
Just don't disturb the ritual. You got
exactly.
it. All right. How do you want to... Oh, you are equal in scale to a small gang. I forgot. So you're actually at 3.
Brutal.
You're actually at 3 ticks out of 6 to murder this guy's face. And with your brutal for potency and the dagger is how you're even doing damage at all.
Yeah, I imagine. So yeah, like I imagine like Lan kind of growing, like his fingernails growing a little bit into claws. As Ix is doing this, of course.
Right.
And just like throwing the dagger aside out of whatever eternal rage has been built up between those two, and just going for him and like ripping, like using Lan's iron hands together with the claws to just like deal the maximum amount of damage possible.
All right. Yeah, roll it.
I will certainly push myself.
Sure.
This Ixis, I mean, must be so happy that I'm spending all this stress on him. Still desperate.
Oh yeah, definitely. You're fighting a fucking tier 3 vampire. It's desperate for sure.
Why is this not working? Hold on, let me 1 second. The sheet went random. Effects. Still great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now
still
I did
great.
it again. Why do I click on my sheet?
What are you doing?
Okay, this is okay. I got it. Do I still get the extra die from LAN helping, or does
Yes.
this? Okay.
You do. Because this is.
Oh
this
yeah,
is
but that
something...
means I have to spend another stress. I'll do that
You do.
afterwards. That's
you
fine.
do. Bam.
6.
Wow.
As not
Sweet.
not a crit, but darn good. So yeah,
Useful in a fight like this.
I feel like you leave the dagger in his kidney and then just claws out, rip him apart
To shreds, you say?
to literal shreds.
Hmm.
Skurlock is dead.
Wow.
Cool.
He's no more.
You're welcome, Farouk.
I'm very curious now what Ixis is, whether he was a vampire as well, or maybe the ghost originally in the body of Ixis or something. I don't know.
I'm thinking Lan
This
might
is
be a
interesting.
vampire now.
I mean, who knows?
So yeah, that while that's going on, Farouk, what are you doing?
I'm probably just but probably not paying attention to what's going on outside at all, and focused on making sure that the deal making is going well. Just sort of
Well, William Kildare has arranged the deal on the behalf of the demon side of things. Maybe you want to be arranging it on the human end.
Oh yes. So old friends and new, it is time for your dearest wishes to be fulfilled. Please step up, step up. Your opportunity is here. Come, let us find a position that shall benefit us all, and let in all things let Diania be praised.
Let Diania be praised. Yeah.
But as he says this, he keeps on looking over to William and Diania. Like he was all happy that he was like that he had gained back a fair amount of like controlling interest of the gang, and now he's totally jealous again because there she is showing him favor. It's
He made a better sacrifice.
Yeah.
What can I say?
yeah.
Also, she might like the whole, demons have to do what I say kind of thing.
I mean, that's
Yeah, it's bold.
Yeah,
definite benefit
quite
there.
a plus, I would think.
Really, we're just the advocates of like the non-human world in Duskfall, just making sure that everybody, non-human demonic goddess has what they want.
Yeah, with the demonic rights movement.
Yeah.
So yeah, what do you think you're using here, Farouk? Just convince this crowd to step forward and allow.
I really think this is probably sway rather than leaning on my absolute strengths. But
I mean, you can always Rook's Gambit.
I could.
Share out the beers. Or wines
Yeah,
or whatever.
I could, but I've been leaning on it a lot. I'm gonna I'll take help from anyone who wants to.
I would love to, but I'm busy outside,
Yeah.
fighting a vampire or something.
Yeah, I think I'm elbow deep in contracts at this point.
Zinged,
So.
Yes.
would you like to help?
I mean, if someone is asking for my help or shouting or something like that, I might
Well,
come and help.
you became bigger buddies with Farouk, right? I mean, he told you about the betrayal of William Kildare.
I know. That was horrible.
Operating your lab like that.
Who else here is on your side?
Yeah. Alright, sure. Sure, best buddy.
Excellent. Excellent. Alright. So is this risky, or is this what are we looking at here?
I think it's risky. It's a standard effect.
Okay.
Yeah, I think risky standard sounds about right here.
Eh.
You do it, but there are consequences for both of you. I think a complication occurs and you have reduced effect. I think the complication is this is right as Lon finishes ripping Skurlock in half, and a scream rings out from the back of the tent as someone who was walking past gets covered in blood. Maybe they don't even realize they're covered in blood, and somebody else sees them covered in blood, and you have reduced effect in that half of the crowd that has gathered is going to take this opportunity to leave because things are getting a little bit above their pay grade here, and so there's a mass exodus as people start to panic. They'd been sitting quietly as the demon eats something they're not quite sure that makes them uncomfortable and might be occasionally screaming because they can't process that those barrels are filled with liquefied humans. It's just so far outside of their mental capacity to believe in that they're just there's something weird about that, but I can't tell what. And then all of a sudden someone screams and someone walks through covered in gore, and it's well, you know what? Actually, I have an appointment I need to get to. Excuse me. And just a large number of people leave. About half of the people stay and are I can get behind this. Sure, there's some murder going on, whatever. But ultimate power, the hands of a demon, I'm in.
No great reward comes to the faint of heart.
Yeah, we didn't want scared followers. I mean, if they're rather content sitting in their houses living their miserable lives and not having a say in how the world changes around them, then we'll change it for them.
The weak stumble before the wind.
Yeah, that's a nice way to say it.
So I think that's unless you wanted to resist any of those consequences, Brad, I think that's probably where we end. You get a small contingent of people who will be in on these.
Do I want to risk
markets
resisting?
I mean, how much do you like having more trauma?
Yeah. Not a whole lot, but would that be a resolve resist? Sounds like.
I mean, you can tell me how you want to resist it. This is very nebulous. I could see it being resolve or being insight.
You could even do a flashback to how you soundproofed the tent.
That would be insight, I think. Yeah.
Okay. And yeah, I that would I think make things. I don't think that would lessen the danger, because then I'd be spending a stress in order to have some sort of advantage in reducing stress. So I think it'll be
See.
More along the same lines of no reward for the faint of heart.
Yeah, like I think that you could say resolve would be giving a rousing speech here to be like, my friends, do not be afraid, and getting them to sit back down, if you wanted to do that.
Yes, and merely but he will actually say, "Go if you will. There is no place here for cowards." And sure, I'll take my chances, because what the hell, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no room here for cowards.
Yeah.
Indeed. Aced it.
Nice.
GG.
Sweet.
That was the only roll that would not have given you trauma, isn't it?
No. I
Okay.
had some room, but
Still, good.
it could have gone the other way pretty easily.
Yeah. So most of them actually sit back down and are like, "You're right. We can see this through."
Really cowards.
And I think that's your score. Gaining I mean, you killed 2 birds with 1 stone here.
Yeah.
I mean, you gained your ghost market or what have you. Having a I mean I would definitely say that you have succeeded here at your goal of making this arrangement between various demons and humans willing to be possessed. And so forth. So
Excellent.
and also Lord Skolok is dead.
Yeah. Thank you for that. I'm sure it's going to bite us in the ass, but hey, got rid of an enemy without lifting a finger.
Let's wrap this up here. I think you get a bunch of money out of this because
Yeah.
I mean, there's a brokerage fee, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like, you guys make a ton of cash from, like, people who have agreed to this process, like, give you money, and then, like, the demons on their end also give you money. You're, like, double dipping here. Like, when they do their thing, they then give you money for having allowed you to set this up. I don't know. I think you're gonna get 12 coin, which is a ridiculous amount of money.
Sweet.
It is.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, it just makes sense. It would have been less if people had wound up leaving, but you were like, no.
No, stay.
Let's do some heat right now.
We probably got some heat from this.
This was fairly smooth and quiet, but I would actually call it more
I mean, we did
would
march
say
in
it has
here with a
fairly
circus.
low exposure because it's taking place in Tangletown. There's not like a lot of places where it could like echo out to.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Actually, if you don't mind, let's go ahead and divvy up the coins before we forget. Maybe
yes,
3
2
each?
each, and okay.
Sure. That's fine too.
Yeah, I was thinking 2 each, and then fill the shroud's coffers.
Yeah.
Works for me.
Another way we could do it is if we, because I think we're gonna level up the crew this session. If we take the 2 vault upgrades, we can just shove everything in there.
Sure, and then whoever needs it can take it out of there.
Yeah.
okay.
Works for me.
Yeah, the crew's probably gonna level up this session. It seems pretty likely. So for heat, I'm gonna give you 1 for the base, but 2 more because killing was involved, and an extra 1 because the person you killed was a high-profile, well-connected target. He wasn't really who you were aiming for per se, but you definitely hit him.
What about the barrels, the screaming barrels on the marketplace?
So, it's gonna be 4 heat.
Okay, I've marked it.
No heat for the screaming barrels.
The screaming what?
The screaming barrels with screaming goo inside.
No.
Okay.
We already dealt with that heat.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, people are getting more tolerant these days.
I mean,
mean,
with a shot of
there was
diarrhea.
killing involved either way, but Lord Scorlock give you an extra heat for having been killed him. So, yeah, brilliant. Next is entanglements.
Dear. So 5 total. 4 heat
Yes.
and 1 wanted level.
Yep. That is gonna be gang trouble again. It's always gang trouble.
Always.
All right, well, this will come up next time. So. All right, and we are. We'll deal with downtime next week, and get into the final countdown.
Yeah.
Cool. Let's do some XP.
Sick.
Lan, are you a cutter? I already.
Yes.
Cool. So, did you address a challenge with threats or violence?
I mean, me, Ixis. That depends how far you stretch the me.
I mean,
You helped?
I think you helped. I would definitely say yes.
And it's not like you would get away scot-free if it started to go the other way.
Probably not.
Yeah.
No. Probably not at all.
So I'm gonna give you 1 XP there. Did you express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background?
I mean, a little bit. I talked about how Lan changed because of prison. Now he likes food. I played out his moody side a little bit.
I definitely, I think so. I feel that. And did you struggle with issues from your vice or traumas?
Not yet. Oh, well, yes, traumas, because I'm haunted.
I think you definitely struggled with vice or with your trauma, but also your vice, because you changed your vice from do whatever Farouk says to food, and then you also were like, Farouk, I don't really want to do everything you say all the time anymore.
Okay.
And I think that really both of the that rolls into it, I think.
Cool.
So I think that's 4 XP for Lon. Next, our dear friend Zinged. Did you address a challenge with technical skill or destruction?
Only when I blew up a wall of the prison.
I think that was helpful. So yeah, I would grant you that. Did you express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background?
I mean, I was a little bit crazy back there, and I'm going to give someone a hard time because my laboratory is messed up.
I mean, you definitely did that. I would grant you 1 there, for sure. And then did you struggle with issues from your vice or traumas?
Not as much as usually. I mean, I was a bit mean to Goo. I was like the calmest person in the world, was all right, and then it snapped again. I mean, that might be stuff like that, but
So yeah, I'm gonna say 2 XP for you.
okay.
All right. Spider, William Kildare.
Yes.
Did you address a challenge with preparation or calculation?
So yeah, I would think so. The whole bit with the demons at the end. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, definitely. Did you express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background here?
He invited his cousin.
Yeah, I did invite my cousin. We talked a bit about why my dad is definitely not here.
Yeah, your cousin was here.
To some extent.
And yeah. So that's 2 so far. Did you struggle with issues from your vice or traumas?
There was a bit of issue from my vice and how it wasn't that helpful in the beginning.
I mean, it was eventually helpful, but yeah, I'll give you that. So 3.
Okay. Let's see, my trauma haunted did. I'm not sure. Don't think so.
I don't think so.
Not in particular.
Whisper. Farouk, how about you?
Yes.
Did you address a challenge with knowledge or arcane power?
Yeah, a couple of times.
Definitely multiple times. Did you express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background?
Let me see. There was it's kind of minor, but there's the thing about inviting bookies in on this show. And let me see. The I don't know if you would fall under vice or ideals, but I mean, sort of this whole session was, or this whole score was doing the sort of things that he's been very much been trying to make happen for a long time, and yes, it paid out, but it's also there's it's moving towards nasty stuff most likely.
Yeah.
And he I mean, his motivations for a lot of things was out of coldness, and he did that thing where he's nice on the surface while being backstabbing. There was a thing with Zinged.
William Kildare.
Yeah. There's a rivalry with Kildare. All that stuff.
Was definitely showing up there. I think overall you're gonna get 5 experience here.
Okay.
For Farouk. Do we want to give Ruby some experience as well, Hassan?
I'm not sure if Ruby gets a lot. I think it's.
I don't think that Yin gets any, but Ruby might.
Maybe. Like, Ruby did mostly downtime, so address a tough challenge wasn't really a case.
I mean, I think it was. It may have been a downtime action, but I mean, she addressed the challenge of getting people out of jail by being deceitful and manipulative. I would say she gets at least 1 XP there.
Yeah. Cool.
Did you express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background?
I'm not like I feel like I expressed, like, if anything that I expressed from Ruby, it's her fear towards Farouk, but that might just go for crew XP as the inner conflict of the crew kind of thing. and not towards her individually.
Okay, that's fair. And what about your vice or trauma?
Oh no, I didn't get a chance to be soft.
No, I don't think so.
She wasn't. No, I don't think she did.
Okay, well, I'd still give you 1 XP for this session.
Cool.
Elzingo
should get some though for jumping in the fray to save Yin.
Yeah, suppose.
Elzingo?
Yeah.
Elzingo, did you get any? What do you think you get here?
I mean, I addressed a challenge with stealth.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, it didn't really work out in the end that stealthy, but
I mean, that wasn't Elzingo's fault.
yes.
Someone
and
else.
he like the whole reason that he did that was his vice.
Yeah.
Where he was like, Yin, a female is in trouble. Let me go do a prison break.
Which is also kind of my my trauma. I'm obsessed with
women.
Yeah.
Sure, let's give Elzingo 3 experience. That sounds like you were playing it up. For sure.
Okay.
Brilliant. Okay. The Cult of Diania as a whole. Do you get experience for advance the agenda of your deity? Yes, you do. I don't think you did that multiple times. I think it was just one thing. Did you contend with challenges above your current station? Yes. Did you bolster your crew's reputation or develop a new one? You definitely bolstered your reputation for being strange, freaky, and terrifying.
I mean, like, if that doesn't scream strange, freaky, and terrifying, then I don't know.
It screams a lot of things.
There was a lot of screaming involved.
At least
I'm going to give you 2 there, just because that was just definitely strange, freaky, and terrifying. And did you express the goals, drives, and inner conflict and essential nature of your crew? Yeah.
Yes.
I think on multiple occasions.
Yeah.
I agree.
And William
I think that's going to fill all your boxes. Did you want to just take both of those boxes as your vault?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Okay.
Stock up for the end of the world.
Yeah, why not? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, 3.
All right. Crew XP has been cleared out.
Just click on the
now
end.
have vaults. Brilliant.
3. Chuck all the coin in there.
I have written all the coin in there.
I'll draw it on this character sheet as well.
I'm on it.
I'll come at it from the other direction.
Ooh, teamwork.
Too many. 4, 8,
Hey.
2, 2. I know how to count, guys. It's cool.
Good job.
Brilliant. Anyway, point is, you are full up on monies. You're in a pretty good position for the end of the world, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, as long as Diania is ruling it, nothing else matters. Not even how good our position is.
Yeah.
Nothing else matters.
Brilliant. Well, we've been over for a little while, so I think it's time to wrap up. Maybe, Brad, what do you think?
Yeah.
We're only like 20 minutes late.
Yeah, it's all good. So, Kelsa, I have heard on a couple of occasions that you do some stuff on the internet.
Oh man, do I? So hey guys, I'm Kelsa. I do stuff on the internet, like play role-playing games and run role-playing games, such as this one that you're watching right now. Also, pretty much 5 days a week, I play, no, I cut it down to 4 days a week just because I was going crazy. But Wednesdays, I run this game right here on RPGlory's channel, Shroud of Diania, until it's over in the next couple of episodes probably, in which case I'll be a player in whatever we're playing next. On Thursdays, I play in a Mutants and Masterminds game over on Henley's channel called Die Party Fulcrum, where I am a mutant. I don't know. I have magic superpowers and do magic superpower stuff. It's a little bit silly, but a little bit serious. It's pretty fun. Fridays, I play over on AP Gaming Reels channel, where we are playing currently Mouse Guard, kid-friendly RPG, very, very different from what we're doing here. And we're tiny, adorable mice having tiny, adorable mice adventure. There's not going to be massive gore descriptions or any strange sexual deviance. None of that things.
Much fewer
So
liquefications.
that's always fun. And on Saturdays, I play on Eric Vulgaris' channel. It's Never Sunny in Duskfall, which is another Blaze in the Dark game. In this one, where I am a player. So that's currently what I'm doing. It's a lot of fun. Follow me on Twitch at Kelsa, on Twitter at Kelsa, or on Twitch, twitch.tv/KelsaDelphi, and you can find out more.
Well, thanks again, both for hanging out and for running. It's always a pleasure.
Thank you.
Does anybody else have any shoutouts?
Not really. Next Friday is gonna be an hour earlier still, because you won't have had your.
Well, okay. So this coming Friday,
we won't be running,
we won't be doing it.
Yeah.
And then the Friday after, we're gonna need to talk about it. I think somebody couldn't make it, so we may need to figure out an alternative, or we'll figure something out.
Yeah, I know that Emiliana was very excited about playing Fiasco, so we might do that.
Then on Saturday at 9 p.m., we'll be finishing up Breaking Arcanus and maybe starting on characters for a second Masks game.
Ooh.
Yes.
Interesting.
Then on Sunday, we'll be doing more Urban Shadows. We'll be we just recently got sucked into this house that's got horrible. Well, somebody described them as hobgoblins, but it's something that was eating the people there.
Is it demons?
It could be. It could be. Something horrible, for sure.
Wonderful.
And then on Wednesday, we will be back here for more Blades, coming near to the climax, and then the plan is to move on to Burning Wheel, set in the King Killer Chronicles, which is Patrick Rothfuss, his series that's really beautifully written. It's a really cool world. And I think that is all. So thank you everyone once again. I am going to look for somebody super cool to host.
And Quest, no. Ugh. I was going to be very eloquent in English. And then it failed. Something about succeeding at a quest. Something, I think, no doubt was supposed to be in there. But
then the Fire Nation attacked.
Yeah,
No Doubt
changed.
the band.
Ooh.
I mean,
No,
I'm
I'm
sure they'd
Yeah.
be cool to host.
We have the lovely Actual Factual.
Yes, exactly. So, Actual Factual, who is on a bunch of Adams games, is working on a new system. I believe it's powered by the Apocalypse, and involves. Let me see. I don't remember all the details. I know that he was incorporating a system for like having the game itself promote good good timing, good pacing. And you know, like many Powered by the Apocalypse systems, it's going to be very queer friendly and very much digging into relationships. And it sounds really cool. I look forward to seeing more about it. So check it out now. So have a good one, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.